Hey there, MrQuora here. Welcome to another episode of Did You Always Wanted to Know? In today's video we will get to know about some of the most famous unsolved mysteries from around the world. Sounds interesting, isn't it? So why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, to encourage me to keep bringing such interesting videos for you. By the way, if you are new to this channel, please click that subscribe button, and do not forget to also click that bell icon as well, to get notifications of all our upcoming videos. Oh, by the way, if you subscribe to this channel and write subscribed in the comments below, I will give you a shout out in one of my next videos. Now it is time to get started then. Number 1. 7 plutonium capsules weighing around 1.9 kilograms went missing in the Garhwal Himalayas region of the Indian state of Uttarakhand in a botched-up espionage mission undertaken jointly by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency (CIA) and India's Intelligence Bureau (IB) in 1965 and have still not been found. The year was 1964, at the height of the Cold War, when the People's Republic of China has just conducted their first nuclear tests in Xinjiang province. The CIA and IB decided to join hands to undertake a covert mission to deploy a nuclear-powered sensing device on the summit of the Nanda Devi Peak, the second highest and most revered peak in India, and keep a tab on China's growing military strength. Millions of dollars were spent on the mission. Remember, the year is 1965. 2 plutonium-powered surveillance devices were developed and some best high-altitude climbers were trained to deploy them on 2 peaks, Nanda Devi and Nanda Khat. Installing the device meant carrying up equipment weighing around 56 kilograms, including an 8 to 10 feet high antenna, 2 transceiver sets and the most vital component, a system for nuclear auxiliary power, SNAP generator. The generator's nuclear fuel, consisting of 7 plutonium capsules, came in a special container. The climbing team consisted of an Indian climber and team leader, Manmohan Singh Kohli, and 6 Sherpas. On the 18th of October, 1965, a terrible blizzard and severe cold conditions stalled the expedition. Kohli had to choose between men and machine. He chose to save the lives of his men, leaving behind the SNAP at the high camp. When they returned a year later, in the spring of 1966, all the equipment, including the deadly stock of plutonium, which was about half the size of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, was missing. Several attempts were made between 1965 to 1968 to retrieve the device, and nearly half a dozen ascents were made on Nanda Devi, widely regarded among the most difficult Himalayan climbs. No one knows what happened to the equipment and it has since never been found. While the CIA briefly thought that Indians had stolen the device to kickstart their own nuclear program, most of the experts believe that the plutonium still lies buried in the glaciers like a ticking bomb, presenting an unparalleled adversity that could wipe out millions of people in a flash. Some organizations were appointed to investigate the issue of radiation, but the government has not shown due concern, given the gravity of the situation. The Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the entire sanctuary, and hence the main summit, and interior approaches to the nearby peaks, are off limits to locals and to climbing expeditions since 1983, purportedly for environmental reasons. The SNAP plutonium is radioactive and extremely hazardous, and represents a serious threat to life and environment. Several of the unsuspecting Sherpas who carried the equipment uphill would put the device in the middle of their tent and huddle around it, often fighting over who got a chance to carry it. Unaware of the contents of the container, they were exposed to a large dose of radiation and several of them died from cancer. The SNAP device, which was developed to last for decades, most probably lies hidden somewhere deep under the glacial landscape, threatening every man, woman and child in India with deadly radiation in the form of contaminated runoff into the Ganges River, on which millions of lives depend. Water and silt samples collected from the Nanda Devi area between 2004 to 2007 were sent for testing to 2 American laboratories, and the results came in 2008. One of the reports claimed there was no evidence of plutonium other than naturally occurring. The other lab claimed there was proof of from the device in the sample. But what exactly happened after the container with the plutonium capsules was left behind near the mountain top? Is it still intact, or did it fall off the mountain and got damaged, disassembled and scattered all over, or Nanda Devi, the goddess, herself intervened and protected her realm is still unknown. Number 2. Voynich manuscript. The Voynich manuscript is a medieval document written in an unknown script and in an unknown language. For over 100 years people have tried to break the code to not avail. The overall impression given by the surviving leaves of the manuscript suggests that it was meant to serve as a pharmacopoeia or to address topics in medieval or early modern medicine. However, the puzzling details of illustrations have fueled many theories about the book's origins, the contents of its text, and the purpose for which it was intended. The document contains illustrations that suggest the book is in 6 parts: herbal, astronomical, biological, cosmological, pharmaceutical, and recipes. Number 3. Jack the Ripper. In the later half of 1888, London was terrorized by a series of murders in the East End, largely in the Whitechapel area. The name Jack the Ripper was taken from a letter sent to a newspaper at the time by someone claiming to be the killer. The victims were typically prostitutes who had their throats cut and bodies mutilated. In some cases the bodies were discovered just minutes after the Ripper had left the scene. The police at the time had many suspects but could never find sufficient evidence to convict anyone. In modern times there has even been some speculation that Prince Albert Victor was the murderer. Even with modern police methods, no further light has been shed on the murders in recent times. To this day no one knows who the Ripper was. Number 4. Georgia Guidestones. Also identified as the American version of Stonehenge, the Georgia Guidestones located in Elbert County are shrouded in mystery, although they were erected only in 1979. Written on the walls are 10 new commandments written in English, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, China, Russia, and Spanish, although no one is sure why or for whom they were meant. Number 5. Nuclear bomb. On the 5th of February 1958, during a training mission flown by a B-47, a Mk-15 nuclear bomb-nuclear capsule was lost off the coast of Georgia near Savannah. It remains missing despite an intensive search. Number 6. Taj Mahal or Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, as widely known, was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan as a mausoleum to his beloved deceased wife, Mumtaz Mahal. But here's the shocker: according to a theory, read Conspiracy Theory, by New Delhi professor P.N.O., Taj Mahal is not a mausoleum and instead, is a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva called Taj Mahalaya. His theory further suggests that since Shah Jahan was the supreme commander, he took over the temple and made it what now history knows it as. Another thing that should be taken into notice is that Mughals have had a history of capturing enemy temples to re-erect them into tombs for their loved ones. Furthermore, no travel logs from the time of Taj Mahal's construction make any whatsoever mention of it being built, but do mention the existence of Taj as an established building. Well, we wonder if the government has buried something deep down. Number 7. Jodhpur sonic boom in 2012. A sonic boom is caused by an airplane breaking past the speed of sound. This is a thing that doesn't happen very usually as planes don't fly at such high speeds over residential areas. But on December 18, 2012, a more than deafening sonic boom rattled the city of Jodhpur. While many believed it to be an Air Force exercise, the Army refused of any such drills. The source of the boom remains a complete mystery till date, and it often fueled by the news of similar unexplained booms experienced in the United Kingdom and in Texas. Number 8. The Bermuda Triangle. Also known as the Devil's Triangle, it is a loosely defined region in the North Atlantic Ocean, where many aircrafts and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, never to be seen again. According to research, the average number of crafts disappearing here is the same as in any other well-traveled part of the ocean. What that implies is, take any other part of the ocean that has seen its fair share of traffic, and you'd end up with similar number of disappearances. This story has survived on unnecessary hype. There have been no major disappearances since 1999. So those are the 8 mysteries I wanted to tell you about. Interesting, weren't they? Well, that's all for today's video. If you liked today's video, then please like and share this video. Also, if you are new to this channel, then please consider subscribing to watch similar videos in future. Thanks for watching today. So until my next video, take care, stay safe and goodbye.